It's a good clap too.
Right? I know, right?
You gotta get to like the right.
That's like a rock music clap.
It is a rock music clap. Man.
I've been to a couple shows.
That's an attention clap. Pay attention to me.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers, brother.
Thanks for coming on me.
Good meeting you. Don't need a girl to make my night. I can buy my own drinks. I'll be alright. Get to know me before you try to take me home. What's the rush? Let's take it slow. I just came here to have a good time, but girls have only one thing on their mind. I can see it in your eyes, what you wanna do. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots. Tired of being treated like a piece of meat. Don't wanna be judged by what's on my feet. You wouldn't like it if I did it to you. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Proud Percent Podcast. My name is Colton, and my guest today is country singer-songwriter Jacob Morris. What up, man?
Man, thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
It was so last minute. You know, we talked to. I mean, you talked to some good people, and I'm glad we got to meet up and
Yes.
got a chance to play a little bit, and now we get a chance to talk.
Yes. Shout out to Lori Morgan
right.
over at Sozo Coffee House for hooking us up.
Yes.
She always has such a great connection to the artists and helping artists. And
Absolutely.
Once again, she strikes again and helps get us hooked up.
Strikes again. She sexes us up, man. That's awesome. Love it.
Proud to Present Podcast, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on iTunes, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Every Monday, we're going to give you a new episode, and this one's a special one.
Is it?
I think so, man. I think so. I think once
Well,
they...
I think there's some kind of like a burning energy in here that's going to just ignite.
Well, it comes right off you, man. It comes right off you in your songs, man. You got some fire, and
No, that's just because I haven't used deodorant today. So that's the musk in the room.
Yes. So a few things about you, man. You got some music on Spotify.
Yes, sir.
What was it? Five tracks on there as of right now. I think it's singles, right?
There's an old EP that I released my like senior year of high school that really isn't me anymore, but it's there for people to listen to that. I put out 2 songs that I got a chance to record in Nashville back in December of 2016 that are up there. Give Me Your Love and another song called Get Up.
Yes.
So
Which both are phenomenal. I mean, we were talking about Get Up even before we got started.
Yeah.
And you did a Kickstarter last year.
Mm-hmm.
Raised some good amount of money.
Yes.
And
we put it. I had the intention of recording some music and needed some financial backing to do it. So one of my marketing managers had suggested that, hey man, let's try a Kickstarter, and I was against it. I was thinking this is just something that's going to crash and burn before you have a chance to get it going. So we put it up. We took a risk and did it, and thankfully, because of generous people that have supported me, 12 News came in and kicked in. That a lot of good viewers chimed in to help us raise $10,000, and so we just completed some good recordings about 2 months ago from that. So it's been great to have that work done, and now it's just kind of what's next.
So we're still waiting to figure out when that'll come out. I know there's a lot of business stuff that goes into that on the backside, but how many songs are we looking at the album going to be?
Man, that's kind of the process. I mean,
Okay.
I think fans could probably expect a single in the next couple months. I'm hoping that's the plan, and then as we go forward, what songs we kind of hold tight to us, and what songs we release is kind of up to a couple more meetings. But we're hoping that when the songs do come out and they're released, that they're doing the most efficient job that they can do.
Nice.
That's kind of our thing, is we raise the money. We don't want these songs to just be released independently and then they just kind of settle. We want to release them and then they go somewhere and people can share and there's some backing behind it. So
nice.
That's what we're hoping for. Friday night, gotta blow off some steam. Walk in the bar and you're all over me. Don't need a girl to make my night. I can buy my own drinks, I'll be alright. Get to know me before you try to take me home. What's the rush? Let's take it slow. I just came here to have a good time, but girls have only one thing on their mind. I can see it in your eyes, what you wanna do. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots. Tired of being treated like a piece of meat. Don't wanna be judged by what's on my feet. You wouldn't like it if I did it to you. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots. Just here to drink, but I'm still a man. Wine and dime me, you might stand a chance. I'm a good boy, mama brought me up right. I'm looking for something more than tonight. Get to know me before you try to take me home. What's the rush? Let's take it slow. I just came here to have a good time, but girls have only one thing on their mind. I can see it in your eyes, what you wanna do. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots, tired of being treated like a piece of meat. Don't wanna be judged by what's on my feet. You wouldn't like it if I did it to you. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots. Oh yeah. Just here to have a good time, but girls have only one thing on their mind. I can see it in your eyes, what you wanna do. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots, tired of being treated like a piece of meat. Don't wanna be judged by what's on my feet. You wouldn't like it if I did it to you. My eyes are up here. Quit looking at my boots. Oh, quit looking at my boots.
So what is your writing process? I mean, obviously you're a great storyteller and you write really great songs. What's is there? Do you start with a poem, or are you sit down with the guitar and start checking some chords? Is it kind of
usually if you're a songwriter, you're always writing. That's what I found. You know, like even just a conversation between two guys like us. If you say something and I feel like, ooh, that could be a song title, or that would be a great story to tell, I take out my phone, I'll write something down and kind of pursue that, or not pursue it, depending on how strong the idea is. I have a great team of writers here in the Valley. Jake Galambas, Lizzie Schaefer, Brady Putsky, another great guy named Richard Rendy who lives in the Valley, Greg Piken who lives in Los Angeles. I just have a great team of people that are that I found. My favorite thing is to write with other folks, because for me, I'm not the greatest lyric guy. You know,
Right.
I love the big idea and I can talk through a song, but sometimes it's hard for me to pin all that together, and that's where my team comes in and fills that void. And I just have a great team of people around me, man. It's awesome to write with folks, and I think we're writing a lot right now, and at least 2 or 3 a week. Is our goal.
well, and you have, and I have to ask, I mean, you have such a great big voice.
Thank you.
Where did that stem from? I mean, is that something you've always had? Obviously, a lot of work went into that, but
My mom definitely. Yeah, she was. My mom sung in church for 35 years, and when I was growing up, country music was playing in the car. I learned how to sing just by listening to the radio and hearing my mom sing, and I don't know, it kind of developed over time. And then in high school, I actually wanted to be an actor, and so I did theater all 4 years, and so I kind of had to learn to be on a big stage with no microphones attached to you. You had some microphones up at the front of the stage, but you had nothing like in front of us right now. We're projecting.
Right.
You had to project on stage and be loud.
Yeah.
And so learning how to sing from a diaphragm and push your voice out as far as you can make it, that's kind of where it comes from. And I still got to tone it down a little bit.
Right.
I'm trying to conserve it, more than anything now, but I guess that's where it comes from.
Well, and speaking of big voice, I mean, one of the things I saw when searching,
I got jumpy in here.
You got
It's
jumpy.
good.
When searching your YouTube channel and Facebook, whatever, I've seen you done the national anthem a few times. You did the Mercury, and it looks like the Dimebacks. I don't know if that was just one time thing, but it looks like you've at least done them.
Couple
each of
times,
them.
yeah. I've done it for the a lot of the Talking Stick Resort people have called me out a couple times for the Suns, Mercury, and Rattlers. Diamondbacks, that was recently again at 12 News. Vanessa Ramirez at 12 News hooked that up, and
Shout out Vanessa.
Yeah, thanks Vanessa. And no, it's been fun. It's always a little nerve wracking.
I was gonna say that you're all alone there, right?
Well, the thing about the national anthem is, and it's always funny because if I'm in a show and I forget a word, no one cares. No, that gets glossed over. If you forget a word in the national anthem, you're toast. So
everybody knows those words.
Everybody's gonna chase you at the stadium. So it's kind of a risky move. And there's some singers I know who won't do it because they're afraid of messing it up and their careers crashing and burning. But I've enjoyed it. I love doing it, and for me, just the chance to be out there in front of a lot of the people, it's a cool experience.
Definitely. So. Well, with that, you got that YouTube channel going.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing that we want to send people to. YouTube fans, switch over real fast. Hit that Jacob Morris subscribe button.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll get some new music videos up there. Some new stuff coming up.
We actually, the team and I just spent a little bit of time. We're actually doing a whole new YouTube series. We're going to post a video a week of us doing some covers, some country covers, some non-country, and then a few originals as well, kind of sporadically throughout the month. So probably in about a couple weeks, fans can start expecting that to pop up in their timeline and on YouTube as well. So
nice. And so obviously a country artist, but you have some background outside of it.
Yeah.
What draws you to country music? What has you stay in country music?
Sure.
What do you ever switch back? You know what I mean? Where does that go?
I love country because of the stories. I think you were just talking about. For me, like hearing Waylon Jennings or Merle Haggard or Johnny Cash. I mean, those pioneers of country music kind of tell a story through a song. There was something about that I think attracts a lot of people. And for me, finding a modern twist to tell those stories is always a really cool journey that my songwriters and I take. But country music feels like home. It was like I said, I was playing in the car when I was a kid, and I'm an Arizona boy. I'm not from the South technically, but I've been around a lot of Southern people, and so for me, on a Friday night, I'd rather be around a campfire with good folks. I'm not at a club usually, or drinking vodka. It's more of a whiskey and campfire kind of experience. So that's just what it feels like, man.
So what do you like to do outside of music? I mean, what is Jacob Morris doing when he's not playing music?
I play golf a lot, actually.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
that's a recent thing too. Is like when
we
I
just became best friends, I think. Right?
Did you golf too?
Oh yeah. I mean, not well, but
well, I'm still learning.
If I'm breaking 100 regularly, I'm proud of myself.
I just did that recently for the very first time, so it's a good.
You're like
it's
Tiger
good
out there at that moment. Like,
I did it. No, man. If I avoid the sand trap, it's a good day. So.
Yep.
No, it was something I kind of picked. I golfed when I was a kid, but when music became the full-time job, I was like, man, it's kind of boring during Tuesday, Wednesday during the day. Like, yeah, nothing to do, and so started picking up the clubs and going out. So that's kind of been a recent hobby. But yeah, we'll have to go out and catch around now.
Let's do it.
Look at that.
We'll
We're making golf plans already.
We'll have a follow-up podcast where one of us is crying and the other one's talking shit.
Pretty much. Man, we'll see who comes out on top.
Right. So what songs are you doing for us today?
Well, these two songs I'm going to do for you guys, it's both newly recorded that we got a chance to go, and they're the two best songs that I think that I'm going to release to date, even though they're not released yet. The first one is My Eyes Are Up Here. Quit Looking at My Boots, which is
such a great hook.
Thank you. Yeah. My co-writer Lizzie Schaefer, we love puns, and we were probably around a bottle of whiskey one night and drinking, and she was like talking about, my eyes are up here, stop looking at my boots. And we wrote the song, and I hated it. I absolutely hated the song. And like 8 months later, I came back and I was listening to it again. I was like, man, I don't know what change of heart I had, but it was like, this is a good song. So I went home, worked on an arrangement, and then came back, and next thing you know, it was the first one we went into the studio with. So
that's killer.
Yeah.
And what's the other one?
And the other one's called Just an Old Tattoo, which was written by myself and my co-writer Richard Rendy.
Nice.
When I met Richard, he actually stalked me at a bar one time, and I had no clue who this guy was, and he came up, and he sent me an email that night, and it was a demo, an early demo of this song was the song that he sent me. And Just an Old Tattoo, even though it's not released for you guys, the Nashville Songwriters Association is going to put it on the top 40 of 2017 for last year. So it's awesome. Get a chance to release music and write these songs, and all we're trying to do is write great songs. So that's what it's about for us at the end of the day, is just making songs that stick in people's heads and mean something. So
Definitely.
Yeah, Just an Old Tattoo. So that's
Definitely.
it. We were talking about my past. I had a feeling she would ask about the name on my arm. I caught her eye, and when she asked who you were, girl, I lied. Said it's just an old tattoo, the kind of thing that you do when you drink too much on a July night. Even though it's always there, don't mean that I still care. It's just ink from a chapter in my life. Yeah, I hear the truth about you. Say it's just an old tattoo. She wondered when I got it done, and I left out that you have a matching one. She said she knows love can leave a scar. As she glanced again at my arm, said it's just an old tattoo, the kind of thing that you do when you drink too much on a July night. Even though it's always there, it don't mean that I still care. It's just ink from a chapter in my life. Yeah, I hear the truth about you. Say it's just an old tattoo. Oh, well, as the rounds kept coming, I got drunk enough to come clean. Now she knows what it means. Girl, I miss me and you. I wanna take us back to when our hearts were on fire that July night. I never knew that this black ink would be better than a ring, 'cause you'll be a part of me my whole life. Tell me you feel the same way too. It ain't just an old tattoo. Yeah, tell me you feel the same way too. It ain't just an old tattoo.
Well, let's go into a bonus round, man.
Okay.
It's called this a speed round,
All
but
right.
then we start talking and goofing
Right.
around, and
And
then
we
it ain't a speed round.
We get off the main point.
Favorite venue you've played so far? Anywhere that pops out to you?
Here or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Man, it is home. It's my hometown of Gilbert, Arizona. There's a place called Whiskey Row.
Yep.
Downtown Gilbert, and it's not that it's really the greatest like artist place, because you don't really play a lot. You play a lot of covers there, and that's fine. But the crowd every single time I'm there is just unreal.
It's a party.
It's a party, and you're the center of it, and you're like this hub of energy that's coming from the stage. You get to feed people. That it's my favorite. I'm always excited walking up to the stage to Whiskey Row. But I guess as an artist, one of my favorite places to play is Sozo Coffee House in Chandler, and then there's a place in Nashville called the Listening Room Cafe, and it's this great place where music gets to be held, and it's really intimate and has a chance as a songwriter too. It's your music's bare bones there, so it's awesome to have the intimacy there.
Yeah,
so.
nice. Favorite dessert?
There's a lot, man.
Are you a sugar fiend?
A little bit. No, actually, probably my favorite dessert is s'mores. S'mores, yeah.
Yep.
And it's my
That fits with the campfire theme
yeah,
right
it does.
there.
Well, this doesn't. But when we were talking today, actually, a couple of friends of mine, and I'm not a big Frappuccino guy at Starbucks, but my favorite Frappuccino is the s'mores Frappuccino.
Okay.
That comes out
Okay.
once a year, and it's good stuff, man. I love that.
Locks you in.
I love it.
What are you listening to right now?
I mean, I've been listening to my favorite artist growing up is Zach Brown.
Yes.
Zach Brown Band, and they did. That was really the first artist that made me want to pick up a guitar, write songs, be an entertainer in general. But he's been doing a project called Sir Roosevelt, which actually is like a pop EDM dance project that he's been doing.
Wow.
It's completely different than what he's done before, and it's really cool. I mean, to hear a little bit more production and a little more. It's not so lyric based. More than it is just production driven, but it's cool to listen to that stuff, and I'm kind of digging it, man.
Zach had a quote one time that I just thought was so cool. He was featured on some sort of like new artist list. It was like a top new artist list, and he was like, It's so funny because like 10 years ago, I released my first album and I thought this was going to be the one that broke me. And then 10 years later, some guy makes an announcement that I'm the best new artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, that just shows the road.
It is, man.
It just made me feel, I think to some people from the outside, be like, well, that's miserable. But to as an artist, it was like,
It feels
was
good.
reassuring. It was
is.
like,
It is.
the work will pay off.
Right.
Like, keep
right.
pushing.
And it was funny because a lot of times you think on the brink of something and it doesn't happen and you're kind of disappointed. But I think something like that or hearing something like that reminds you to keep moving forward. Like that's that. Like you're not going to get somewhere. Like your career is going to be defined by not as many successes as you've had, but as many failures you've had.
Totally.
And then coming back from that. That's what an artist.
All about
is
getting back up.
It is
all about getting back up.
Got to get up, right?
Yep. There you go. Listen to the Spotify. You'll understand that.
You'll understand.
Venue you'd like to play, a venue that you've seen online or been to or been. You go. I want to be here.
It's a cliche answer for probably any artist, especially like people we know. But Red Rocks.
Yep.
Denver, Colorado. It's a beautiful venue, and just if you haven't seen it already, it's this giant amphitheater in the mountains, and it's lit up, and it's big, but it's
spiritual
intimate. It's totally spiritual.
Yeah.
But if you ask the 17-year-old me, I would love to sell out Chase Field one day.
Wouldn't that be?
So
would be killer.
That's a long ways away, but we're working towards it, right?
Yep.
For more failures.
Definitely.
So
Yep.
that's it.
Yep. What are you currently watching? Any or favorite TV show or movie? What do you got? I'll go favorite. I know I said current, but what's your favorite?
Oh, it's The Office, man. I've rewatched the show at least 5 or 6 times.
This is my moment to address all of our listeners. If you've stuck with us through all these podcasts, the beautiful thing is that answer is almost always The Office, and it is wonderful. So if any homies or fans out there want to give us some questions to specifically address the Office question, I would love that, because I thought about it today, asking your favorite episode or character or. But it's hard, you know. I mean, there's so many options, and you just love all of them. But
my favorite Office episode is, well, first of all, I've heard B.J. Novak, who's a writer in The Office, talk about this, and a lot of people try to be really deep when they talk about shows, and like they say an off character is the best. But look, Michael Scott's greatest character of all time in TV history, and my favorite episode, I don't remember the name, but it's when he burns his foot on a George Foreman grill, and he comes in to the office claiming that he has a disability.
Yes. Well, but even the best part of that episode is that Dwight hits his head. Remember, he gets in the car accident going to pick him up, and he actually does have an injury.
He has an injury.
But Michael's upset that no one cares.
He's got bubble wrap around. It's great.
And the best part is later in the show, I think during Bob Vance's not bridal shower, but bachelor party, he brings the George Foreman back out to grill this. He does. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's funny because I feel like, the show ended and the show had some really good parts after that. But once Michael left, it was over.
See, here's the thing. I the first 10 episodes after he left, I thought were really awkward.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people shared that view. I did think it found its own voice a little bit after. Like season 9 I thought was okay.
Yep.
I think that's an unpopular opinion. I don't think a lot of people like after he left.
My little brother claims that the last season 9 is the best, because 8 got weird. 8 got weird. They went to Florida. They had all the weird stuff.
Right.
People are leaving, and there was just too much drama. The Andy and what's her name drama? Angela. No. Andy and what was the girl? Oh my God, we're gonna get slaughtered.
No.
Aaron.
Yeah.
All that drama that got weird. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it was.
That's a great show. Yeah, season 9 I thought was okay. Like at least the finale felt full circle enough to me.
Definitely
to make it okay.
Well, I'm bringing Michael back. I could start crying just sitting here thinking about it. So what? Anything that you're currently listening to? Anything new you want to give a shout out to? You're liking?
Man, Luke Combs.
Okay.
Luke Combs, who's a country artist, and he's been, since he came onto the scene, it's been kind of recent, but his voice, he doesn't look like the usual country singer. He's this big guy with a big old red beard, but he's awesome, man. He's got this huge voice, great songwriter, and he just hasn't put out a bad song yet.
That's killer.
And he just released 5 new songs, I think, the other day. Kind of like extra bonus tracks for his fans, and they're all great, man. But he's got this big voice. I saw him live in Nashville at a CRS event, and then recently at the Tempe Town Lake Fest. It was the Innings Festival here in Tempe.
Yeah.
And he was there, and he killed it. So great artist, great songwriter, and really, I haven't been able to stop listening to him.
Nice.
So,
Hell yeah. Well, y'all, in closing, please make sure you go check out Jacob Morris wherever you get your music at, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit him up. Really great dude, really great songwriter with a lot left to come. A lot of falling down, but in the end, I think some shining's coming for you, my friend. Spotify, proud to present playlist. Every week we add 3 songs from the artist that come on the podcast. I usually get really biased. I don't let the artist contribute his opinion, but I'll pick 3 songs that I'm really jamming to of yours. I throw them on the playlist. So I know y'all have already given me a shout out that you're listening to that playlist, but make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as we say in closing every week, do something to make the world better. Be the change that you want to see. I think it's very easy to assume that it's dark and we're all going to lose and it's all going to burn in hell. But be the change and who knows? Maybe the change will come. So,
brother. Amen.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.